See if it's working. Anyone here? Does it work? Peace. Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. This is Let's Talk EV. What are we? Week 46 I think. Yes, end of 46. He fixes ID. It's true, never kids. It's true. How is everyone? I hope everyone is okay out there. Yeah, I just called this episode this. I fixed something. I didn't fix too much. Look like I'm not in the middle here. That's fine. Ooh, so many people. Oh my god. Stuff is going on. Yes. For the new people who never seen Let's Talk EV, it's just a tiny bit of news overall. It's not a lot going on. Then Ionity news, Id.3 news, personal Id.3 news, and then what's happening soon with this channel and what's in the works, stuff like this. So I thought we go to the news extremely fast. It's really nothing. I only saw one that was interesting to me. Hello, Battery Man. Intro yourself. I don't have an intro. And it's just that maybe you didn't know. I saw it is in German, but it wasn't on the English sites. That in Germany, when you can buy the Renault Zoe or the Kangoo, either buy the battery or rent the battery, and Renault is stopping the renting of the battery. You can only buy it from now on. So this will be changed. So that's the only news I have. Otherwise, I have here Ionity. Also, not a lot happening. 2 new constructions started. One in the Czech Republic and one in West Mold. Could this be Sweden? I don't know. And what went live in the last 2 weeks since our last chat? Ooh, bit more. Here we have in France, in Denmark, in Spain, in Germany. Wolfsburg is getting one. Italy, and in France again. And when we look on the map, I don't know if Marcus is here, but again, Portugal, I'm sorry Marcus, never gets Ionity. Look at that. But Spain got so many, and France has so many. Islands stopped. Look at that. Britain has only 3 more to go. Around my area, everything is full. Nothing happening. Czech Republic got 2 new ones up here and up here. That's cool. But above here, Eastern Germany, there's nothing here. There have to be some work here. And that's it for me. So bye. Let's just go. I hope everyone is cool. I thought read a bit. Mo sounds like Norway. Yeah, seen Id.3 today in Wild Greystone Island in an E2008. Then yesterday out walking, seen 5 Leaf and 2 Model X. So it's becoming normal. Yes, it is. Where's your cat? My cat is at my parents. He's on holiday. Just a few weeks. No cat here. Only 1 dog. 1 floor down and another dog 2 floors down. That's the stuff. Okay. What happened this week? Did we talk about the update? Yeah, update was already done. So since last Sunday, well, no, it was 2 weeks ago, right? The whole update thing. Will patrons get discount on Ionity, you think? No. So what was I saying? Yeah. So as long as you didn't say, so my car was in for the update. Was this already 2 weeks ago? No, it was last week, right? We didn't have a chat since then. You pick up your Id.3 tomorrow. That's cool. That's great. So I talked to the workshop where my Id.3 was, and by the way, I have this nice robe on because it's 16 degrees in here. We don't heat up here. And I have no road trip planned right now, but there will be more stuff. How's the software update to 550 on my Id.3? I don't notice any difference, not at all. The only thing was, and I said it in the video I made about the update, that the creep is slower. There's less power in the creep. That's the only thing Yes, they identified the battery drain, and I asked the workshop what they did, and he said that one module was updated, and this is also in charge of power distribution, so maybe this will fix it. So I doubt it. I really doubt it. Hey, Marcus, was just talking about you that there's still no Ionity in Portugal. I'm sorry. Do you have those hyperchargers yet, or they're starting them? Um, but I want to talk about the update. I don't think we had a chat since the update. Because the car was in just so long, 3 days or so, and in reverse parking slow because that is crazy fast. Yeah, it drives really fast in reverse. That's true. Where was I? Sorry. So they updated to 0570, and the changes, like I said, is only thing I can see in the software. You only have 12 of them. Yes, only have 12 of them, and everything worked over the first weekend. On Saturday, I did the heat consumption test with the updated car. This was out since last week, where I was driving my normal Rakobi route and checked the consumption without heat and then with heat. And what was really interesting of that video for me was that the consumption was higher with the same spec and with the same driving, just because the difference was the first test was done with 14.5 degrees, and then the next test was done with 2.5 degrees, so 12 degrees colder, and the consumption went from 133 to 154, just because it's cold. The heat was not on. Then with the heat, it was either 174 with heat just for the driver, or heat for the whole car. It was 186, so this was that's a lot. Oh my god. The backup camera works much better with the 0570. The image is much better and doesn't flicker. My battery backup camera always worked perfectly. So that they told me that the backup camera had an error. So the software said that it has an error, but I didn't see any change. If the Id.3 45 kilowatt hour costs about 30,000 euros, in Portugal probably will buy one. It will cost 30,000 euros. It all depends what you're then, if you are okay with just the bare model with no special features in it. Today 20 degrees, yeah, you're lucky. We have 4 degrees right now. With the battery drain, I have no idea if it's fixed. I don't think so, and why I say this. So before the update, software update, before I brought the car in, exactly on the day where I wanted to bring the car in, there were those error messages that I showed you in my previous video of the Id.3, the one with my story with the update and with the 12-volt battery drain after it died. And I had all those errors, and there were weird errors because it showed in the instrument cluster 2 a red and a yellow arrow, but in the status report, where it usually says then that arrow, there's no arrow in there. It's just it's not there. And the cruise control didn't work. There was also an error then, and before the update, I also couldn't see my state of charge, and the trip meter didn't work, and app didn't work. I couldn't connect to the car, couldn't preheat, couldn't see state of charge and range and stuff like that. And then they checked the car, but there was no time and blah blah blah, something like I had needed the car and stuff like this. And then I let the battery empty by itself, so I knew that it would drain if I don't drive for 2 days, and I did that on the weekend till the battery was dead. I revived it again, and then those error messages were gone. I went to the dealer, and they did the whole update thing. Alive, Darren is here. Evening. And so they did all those updates, and they did it on I think I got the car back on Thursday. Friday drove to work. Saturday I did my test. Sunday I didn't drive. I came home at around, I think, 1 a.m. So late at night. And I didn't drive the car for the whole Sunday till Monday morning, but I was charging a lot with my granny charger, so the really home charger, the slow charging thing. And then on Monday morning, the arrows were back again. So the car was not empty. It could drive and everything. There was also no error message that the 12-volt battery would be low, but those two error messages in the instrument cluster were back, and I couldn't connect with the app, and cruise control didn't work again. And the whole week I was not doing anything, but I drove to work all the time, and then is Chill around? No, he's not here anymore. He's only on Patreon now. I don't know why he's not coming anymore. He always says he has a life. I doubt that. I really don't think so. Hey, Marty. And so I was like, I have to do something. Likes my error with Id.3 replaced J for the campus module. It has 180 errors on the laptop from the garage. After replacing, most was gone. Only one, that was the LED matrix shining for the bumper on the road. Mozart. Huh. What? A lot of error messages. And so what I bought over the last week was an OBD dongle. I tried it. It didn't work with the Id.3. It just didn't show anything. And I tried to delete errors, and I did delete errors, but still the same errors were appearing on the instrument cluster. And then I bought a little 12-volt battery monitor, just a tiny little thing, and you can see it on the picture here. No, you can't. It was on top, but is it already? There's only one side mounted back then when I took this picture. I don't have the final software, no. There's another Id.3 with 12-volt battery dying and been to garage over a week. Video on YouTube from person. Yeah, that happens. The only bad thing about visit the dealer for warranty repairs is that they charged the car. They didn't charge my car, they just cleaned it. Inside and outside, but they didn't charge the car, but it was at 80%, I think, or 70. Yeah. No, I don't have the final software on it. Mine died during the week too. So when you were driving every day, were you charging and not so were you plugged in to charge but didn't charge? I checked the voltage daily, 0.2 volts lost per day. Wow, that's a lot. I mean, under 12 volt it should give you a warning, and then under 11 I think it's dead, right? Be honest, Chris, you made a mistake with the Id.3 Cyclet. You want the Golf R 4-wheel drive and go rally with it. Of course. No. So what I knew is that a hard reset could get rid of some errors, and that means disconnecting a 12-volt battery. So don't let it drain by itself, just disconnect it for a few seconds. And this is what I did yesterday. So yesterday morning I went out. Because the 12-volt battery might be damaged after being deep discharged several times. I checked with the workshop, and they checked it, and they said it's still fine. They changed it to 100% twice, even though it asked not to. Okay, Marty, what did yours die of? And so, like I said, you just unscrew one screw, and you can see it in the picture. It's the one right under the E, in between the V of Let's Talk EV there. You unscrew this, and then the whole thing comes apart. And then the 12 volt, and you hear it right away because there is something always going on, some pump or whatever, and it's just dead silence. You put it back in, and then you get a lot of error messages because stuff is booting up. And the same as back then when I made the video that the Id.3 died. And I was waiting till this error message disappeared. I got out of the car, got back in, and then all error messages appeared, and the ones I had also disappeared. And now, right now, the car is working perfectly. And like I said, I have installed the battery monitor, And I mean, I have no connection to Bluetooth right now, but last time that it was on, it showed this. I don't know if you can see. Does it zoom in? Come on. Focus. Yeah, there we are. 12.85 volt, and it says that the state of charge is 100%. I don't know how it knows the state of charge, but the voltage, I can understand that it does this. What I saw, I installed it yesterday morning, so at around 10 a.m. And what I've seen so far, do you not also get the alarm off? I don't have an alarm in my car. This Id.3 doesn't have an alarm, and I'm happy. I don't want that. Main battery was at 50%, no need to plug in. None, of course, you don't need to plug in. But what I noticed, and Inigo also noticed that in his Id.3 in Spain. So when you are sitting in the car, so the ignition is on, or you press the start-stop button, or you put your foot on the brake, or when you're charging, or when you're driving, and it doesn't matter charging DC, AC, even slow charge, then the battery, the high voltage battery, is connected to the whole system, and it charges the 12-volt battery. And so the 12-volt battery is fine. When you get out of the car and the ignition is off, 12-volt battery is not being charged. The high voltage battery is disconnected, and that's okay if there is not something going wrong. And in the Id.3 right now, something is going wrong, where something is draining, is using power from the 12-volt battery and draining it over time, and it's not being recharged because the high voltage battery is disconnected. Safety feature. And Hyundai had the same thing, but they then decided to make the auxiliary battery power saver, whatever it's called, where even when the car is off, it will charge the 12-volt battery. And then when you get back into the car, you get a warning. In the time that you have not been driving, we have charged the 12-volt battery, and that means that something is wrong with the car. You have to go to the workshop and have it checked. It shouldn't happen. And in an Id.3 right now, it is happening. And what I've seen so far, I only do this for a day. It shows the voltage spikes, and you can see every time when you get into the car and when you're driving. What I've seen is when the car is just standing there, the voltage goes down every few hours by a tiny bit. You can see that. And also when the car is being plugged in and not charged, it goes down more. I don't know if it's faster. I have to check this in the next week or so. And I also see little spikes every time when my wife or I are walking by with the key in the pocket and it unlocks. You can see the spikes. So I don't know if you can see this. Come on, focus on the thing. Yeah. So here the car was on. I was doing a video today. I don't know what and you can see that the voltage is getting lower and lower. Here it's above 13 volt, and then it's 12.9 and 12.8 around here. You can see that in steps. And those spikes here at the end, those two at the spikes in the down, this is where we walk the dogs. And the first spike is when we walk by the garage with our keys in the pocket to go away from the house, and the second spike is when we come back. And so the car unlocks, and the voltage goes down a bit and then comes back up. But you can see it steadily. It's very hard to do that. Where here it's this high, and then it gets lower and gets lower. And if I can see this is half a day. Go back. Come on, focus. This is half a day, what you're seeing here, from 0 to 4 p.m. So after 2 or 3 days, this could be at 12 volt, and then the battery is considered low voltage. And you can have a problem. Inigo is here, that's right. Right now, even if you leave your car without trying to trigger the error, 12-volt battery draw is too high. It will kill it after a couple of weeks. No, not good at all. That's true, it's not good. And if there is some drainage problem, if they can't fix it, then they have to do something so it gets recharged. Just like that. Today at a charger I kept switching from 0 kilowatt to 50 kilowatt back to 0 kilowatt in a loop. Have you seen that? No, I have not seen that. That's not normal, and I think it's the charger. I read somewhere of someone also having the issue, Marcus. Huh. What is your voltage reading of the 12-volt battery when charging the car? It says 14.86 or so. Mine reached 13.2, which is only good to preserve the 12-volt battery, not enough to charge. I don't know what it says when the battery is full, if it's still charging. I have no idea. Oh my god, Adrian, perhaps it is an Id.3 bug. I went to charge 30 kilometers away and that worked fine. Yeah, I think it's more the charger. Can you switch off keyless entry? I can, but I don't. I love it. Every time when I get close to the car that it unlocks, especially when I have Wesley under my arm and then we get close, or I have something that I don't have to get the key to unlock and then don't need the key to get to start. This is why I wanted the Plus. So this is a feature I want. And your winter rims look great. Thank you. I'm not so excited. It's not horrible, but I wanted the other one. It's okay. With my 18 silver rims, my Id.3 is not looking special anymore. Summer, come back fast, please. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the silver Loane didn't look good. Now, Leaf will connect its 400-volt battery while off and charge its 12-volt battery. Very impressive. Pity not many major manufacturers companies have not heard of this, and it looks Hyundai in this direction. Yeah, I don't know why it's such a bad thing. Next Move have reported that the final software update for Id.3 is ready to go on December 1st. 8-hour workout for garage. Yes, they have. And I knew that before. I'm sorry. I know a bit about the final software, but I can't tell you. I'm sorry. I get a bit of information, and I have to keep it to myself. When it all comes out, then everybody knows. We have to walk the car the same like our dogs daily. Yes. How many miles do you have to drive to keep 12-volt battery charged and not use auxiliary battery? Well, every time you drive, it charges it, but you don't have to drive. If you just sit in there, ignition is on, or if you charge the car, a 12-volt battery is being charged. Hi Darren. Microsoft Augmented Reality. May help switching off keyless entry as an experiment. Now you have your battery monitored to diagnose better usage without keyless entry running. But it's only a spike going down and then it goes back up. I don't think it's the keyless entry is draining the battery. What I want to try at some point is having the key very close, but I think if I see those spikes, I think this is emptying the battery extremely strong. What I can see in this graph, which is interesting, is that it gets lower by a step. So it doesn't go like this, the voltage. It goes like this, and then you drive, you stop, and it goes a bit down. Then something is happening, it goes a bit down. So every time when there's a tiny little thing happening, the voltage goes a tiny bit down. And like I said, it's 13.2 around here. I thought I can click in here. Maybe I can't. Yeah, because I'm not in the area of the... No, I can't right now. I have to go to the garage so I can see that. Hi Chris, how about after lockdown Id.3 meeting in Bavaria? All Id.3 around invited. There would be too many, I think. Your new wheels look great, Chris. Do you have to pay for them or were they free? No, I had to pay for them, and lots. Of course, and they already paid. But they're mine. I can sell them, so it's not leasing stuff. I can sell them afterwards, and I only use them How many winters do I use them? 3? Yes, I use them 3 winters. What video do you put on the screen while you sit in your car alone? No video at all. I listen to music and do stuff with my phone. I don't connect and watch video over the thing. It's just not. No, I don't have any special videos on the phone anyways. And if you can't use YouTube right now, then not. The spike is normal because of the instant consumption. Okay. Chris, you said you don't like using a phone for a key. Model 3 key fob does the same as your Id.3 key. Problem solved. I know that, and I would love that. But you have to. I always said that. I don't want the card and I don't want the phone. But I would always, if I get a Model 3, I would want the key fob and 2 of them for my wife and for me. Yes? But how long do you have to have a car on so it gives enough time to stop getting it to use the auxiliary battery saver system? So the ID.3 does not have a safer system. It just when you have the car on, it charges the battery, and depending on how empty it was, you just have to guess. You don't know. My battery monitor says state of charge, but I don't know if it's correct. No idea. Chris, did you check whether checking the charge on the app triggers some spikes? No, when you trigger the charging via the app, then you're charging the 12-volt battery. If you do preheating, also then the high voltage is connected to the system and the 12-volt battery is being charged. The steps might be the resolution of the app, not the battery voltage as such. No. This was the little steps that you've seen were perfectly aligned with when we went out with the dogs and when we came back, and I didn't have my phone with me. Marty, there are advantages in leaving wet, warm country like ours, no winter to speak of. Can you drive an ID.3 in winter on all-season tires in Germany? Not here, because we get a lot of snow, but in other areas, yes. The step after unlocking is normal. It is normal to see voltage dropping faster initially. It should then stabilize around 1230 and 1250. Model 3 key fob is cool. I had never had one in my hand. Or did I? With the Model S? I don't know how big it was. So is it bigger than a normal key? Then it would be annoying. But if it's around the same size, then I'm okay. So maybe you should preheat the car even when you don't use it. But then waste of energy. You can, if you have time, just sit in it. Again, I have to check voltage. Maybe I go out later and check the voltage again and see. It isn't warm here today. Bloody freezing in Dublin. Yeah, freezing here too. Now 3 degrees. A few things about the channel. Yesterday I did a winter tire test. I was driving with my winter tires and checked it without heat on the Rockobi test route, and then with heat. With my heat settings, 24 degrees and seat heater on. That's just how I like it. It's nice. And I know it's too warm for some people, but I just noticed in the ID.3 that at 22, after driving for an hour, it gets a bit chilly. Then I have to turn it up, and then at 24 was my thing where it's always that warm that I'm okay with it. And also I did a drive with top speed 164 and with full heat on and everything, and check then the consumption. So it's a nice video. I was editing a bit today. It's not done yet. Then you get the video this week. Also today I did a video on what I just said about how to fix your ID.3 with some problems. So there's a soft reset, hard reset, and let it sleep and all of this stuff, and turning off the infotainment system, stuff like this that maybe people are interested in. Next week, I don't know yet if it all depends. It should be cold and maybe even snow and rain. And what I want to do is at some point a winter range test with the ID.3, but at 130, not the 90 kilometers an hour. You should do this live chat from your car. It's a bit hard to bring out all this stuff, and then we just do the phone, then it's so small. That would be annoying. Do you think Volkswagen should solve the 12-volt problem ASAP? Well, if it's solved with the new software, they should get the new software on our cars ASAP. That's what I'm saying. You should measure the current when the car is off. Voltage is nice, but no real indication. There is no current measuring device for the 12-volt battery, only voltage. So I can with a multimeter, but I don't know a device that you connect there all the time, because that voltage thing is in there the whole time. And I see when it's charging and when it's losing. And why would I want to have the current? It just shows me how much it's draining. That's what it shows me. Then maybe that's good. Yeah, you're right, totally. Yeah, you're totally right. Sorry. Walter is a code name for a Tesla killer. No, it's not. I do hope they prioritize first with the final update. They do prioritize first with the final update, but the ones who were waiting, who are not first movers. We first mover won't get the update first. So the other people that were waiting for 3 months for their car and are still pre-bookers, they get the car. Stick an amp, enter online. Stick an amp, enter online. I don't know what that means. My dealer knows nothing about the update that you had recently. Well, they just have to ask the headquarters about the update, and you have to have those one of those 5 problems. Airbag error, auto hold error, rear view camera error. If you have the max, the sun shield error, and there was one more. That your screen freezes, the infotainment screen freezes or turns black. They have errors for those 5 things, patches. If you don't have one of those 5 things, you're not getting an update. First mover was last lad on the line. It's good. But again, there's still no, what you mean is first edition, not first mover. Is it true that we first movers must wait for the update longer? Do you know when we get the update? Yes, we have to wait. I just said it, and it will be in January. Am I first mover if I have no access to the Movers Club? That is the question. If you wanted the car early, if you could decide if you get the car early with not the full software or later with the full software, then you know who you are. Will the software update allow the car to charge 12 volts from the high voltage battery when parked? I have no idea. I think they rather hopefully have fixed that it's not being drained. And I guess that it's charging while being parked will come later, because you always have to think software is not developed in a minute. So the software, what's in the final software, was done months ago before the Id.3 even came out. Then it was putting everything in code that it works. So if there is implementation of something, this is not in there in a minute. This has to be written, it has to be decided, then has to be implemented, and has to be tested. So if they want to implement something new, this will take a while. It's not just how it works. Yes, that's why first movers got the discount. Yes, I had a day where all screens went black, no mileage, no kilometers, but no climate. Just the instrument cluster, or just the infotainment system? If you had that, then there's an update. If your instrument cluster also went black, that's weird. I never seen that. For how long can you leave the car without charge when the state of charge is, for example, 10%? Well, if you're talking about the high voltage battery, I think you can let it stay there for almost ever. I really think so. Since the high voltage battery is not charging the 12-volt battery, and everything in the car that's working when it's not driving, charging, or heating is being powered by the 12-volt battery, the high voltage battery will just stay at 10%. So if you connect to the car and your state of charge is all from the 12-volt battery. But then if this is drained, then you can't drive. So it doesn't help either. I think many bugs people have found will not be fixed in the next update. No, it will not. Only over the air update. Software takes time. It's true. And I mean really time, not a month. I would say 3 months or so. And they will pack it all together. But a lot of errors that people have right now, they knew before, and they will fix it with the main software that's not even in that. Everything went black, even the turning signal was missing. Cool. That's scary. Never had that. Oh my god. Is it true that Audi will take care of software its structure for ID family now and future? I have no idea. Never heard of that. Some channel news. I got is the battery drain fixed? Greetings from Lonshoot. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe with the big update. What I wanted to say. So Hyundai contacted me. So next year, I don't know, January, February, March, I can contact them to get Hyundai Kona facelift. So the new one. They're getting the new ones, press cars, in the beginning of next year, and then I can contact them to maybe get one. So I'm excited about that. Is the battery drain fair? High voltage battery drain is about 1 to 2% per month, but don't leave your car for a long time with a battery that has less than 40% or more than 80. Tip: you should remove a fuse and measure the current fuse by fuse and talk to Volkswagen if they can tell you the current that is normal for the circuit behind the fuse. I think that's for them to find out. That's not my job to do that. I want to drive and enjoy the car and not look for what's causing the error. It's really their job. I just fix the car so it works again and I don't have error message. And I wouldn't care about the 2 error messages. I care about the cruise control. I use it every day, all the time, and especially when I'm testing the car, I want to drive a constant speed. 183 people watching and only 29 likes. What's wrong with you people? Mark is right. What's wrong with you people? 33 likes. People are always annoyed to press that like button. They don't like it. I like every video I watch that I like, and so the one that I'm subscribed to that I like. So your next move and whatever, I start the video and then I like it. Even though sometimes I watch the video for like 10 seconds or it's not interesting to me at all. First I like it and then we go on. Just nice. Sorry, turning signal sound was missing. Turning signal outside was working so safe. Okay. The facelift one looks like the old Kona is mated with the Model 3. It looks cool. It does look cool. And it's so weird. I drove the Kona 2 years ago or so, and it from outside it felt like a big car. The e-Niro as well. And now when I drive the Id.3 and I drive by a Kona, so a fossil Kona, I don't see too many electric Konas in my area. And I drove by an e-Niro the other day, and they're not big. So the Id.3 is the same size or maybe even bigger. So it's a weird perception thing. Is the Id.3 a good car for short trips? Yes, but its purpose is to drive longer trips. But go and test it. I can never tell you what to buy. I don't want to do that. I can just say how the Id.3 feels for me, and that's why I have it, and that's why I'm still amazed by the car, even though it has those problems, 12-volt drain and software problems. I just love how the Id.3 is driving. I love the driving feel, especially the steering wheel, how it feels, that it's not wobbling around, and when you're driving 160, that you can drive with one hand. It's still in control, it's stable, it's quiet. It could use a bit more power, I have to say that, but other than that, I just love driving the Id.3. It's amazingly comfortable and quiet, and I love to drive to work. It's a lot of fun to drive, and I can't wait in the morning to drive to work. I can't wait to drive home, and I even use it at work. I have to bring letters to the post office, and I could use the company car, but I use my Id.3 and go 5 kilometers, or maybe even less, maybe 3, to the post office and back, and I use the Id.3. It's just fun. I love it. I just do. I jump-started mine during the week and went for a drive to charge the battery. There was a good few errors on the small info screen, and around the edges was all foggy looking. But they went away, right, Marty? They should go away, all those error messages. This is normal when the 12-volt battery power was gone, that those systems rebooting bring an error message, but then if you lock it, go away, come back, most of it, maybe for an hour, it should all be away. The chair recliner goes back by itself each day. I thought I'm crazy first. What? That's weird. Something wrong with that. You have to get that fixed. Who else is wearing their pajamas? Almost. I'm referring to Chris. This is not pajamas, by the way. This is my normal home clothes, but I have I have this on because it's cold in here. It's 16.1 degrees in here. Never heat up here. Why would I? I'm rarely up here. I'm just editing videos here and doing live stream. That's all I do up here. Sorry I forgot to like. I've done it now. Thank you. I did it like we have 66, about 200 people watching. What do you don't like on your ID.3? The software problems, the 12-volt battery drain, the power, like I said, could be a bit more. I would love to have it all-wheel drive. So I would like 150 kilowatt in the back and 75 kilowatt in the front, or maybe another 150. I would love that. And I don't like the brake feel. I said that in every video. ID.3 brake feel, so when I drive a bit more sporty, I drive a bit faster into the corner and I have to brake a bit harder, the regen is not that strong. And that's another point, but I'm coming in a second. And then I have to brake a bit harder. It feels like I have to press harder and harder and harder. I press hard and like it's not stopping enough that I think it should, so I'm pressing harder and harder, and then finally, so it feels a bit unsafe. I don't like that. And the other thing is the regen. Regen could be stronger, and it could be stronger right away, so one pedal driving is missing. Did you know Zoe is same height as Capture? Since I don't know the Capture, I believe you. ID.3 same size with Kona, only 1 centimeter shorter in height, but the interior of Kona is smaller and trunk also. Yeah, interior of the Kona is tiny. And this was my problem with the Kona and the Eniro and a lot of other EVs. That they're not from ground up constructed as an EV, they're a fossil changed into electric. And I can't wait for Hyundai that the brand Ioniq is coming out with real EVs. Can't wait for that. And I'm trying to contact them about this, but I don't get anything back. Yeah. But I see indeed a good ride, love driving it. It is. Yes, the Kona is quite small, unfortunately. Capture doesn't exist in my life. Hi from Argentina, good to know you fixed your ID. Yay! Argentina, cool! Darren, sorry I'm not looking at Chris until you said yeah. What are you missing on the ID.3? I would love to see if you can change the regen to a higher setting. Yes, I want that, and I said it in my suggestion video. The regen could be overall stronger, and I want the regen, if you just get off the accelerator pedal, to be the full regen that it has. And then maybe e-pedal driving where it even uses the brakes. And then have a setting where you can select from 0 to 5 how strong the whole thing should be, and if it uses the friction brakes. If that would be in there, that would be amazing. And since it is software based and we get over-the-air updates, maybe in the future we get that. But as I know Volkswagen now, to know the internals a bit and to see the software now, I doubt it. I think it will, that they're not like Tesla where they, hey, I have a funny idea, and then a month later it's on the car. Volkswagen would never do that. That they're still an old school company. There are a lot of young people in there that want to give the car some pep and come on, let's do this, and this is funny and this is good, and people like that. But there are a lot of old people in there like, hey, we want to take it safe and stuff like this. So I don't know. I don't think. I thought it was me, but I'm sure chair recliner goes back every day. Mine doesn't. The brakes regen too, so it's just comfort option for one pedal. Yes. Anyone else has the setting for the speed limit warning over the limit reset randomly on boot? No, mine is off. So I don't know what it does. I have turned it off. I don't want to get a warning when I drive 10 kilometers too fast. That's my problem. The same with the cruise control, that it adjusts the speed automatically, because I see it in the instrument cluster and in the infotainment system how often it is wrong, where there's the road I'm driving, and then there's a tiny road on the side, and there's a sign with 60 on the tiny road, not on the big road I'm driving, and then the instrument cluster is showing me speed limit of 60. No, not doing that. And I just don't want that. Hi Chris, I get an airbag error occasionally on my ID.3 when I start up after not using the car, but goes away when I restart after driving for a bit. Sounds like the issue you say fixed with software patch, correct? Yes, I think so. Go to your dealer, say you have the airbag error message. Please give me the update, and then they will do it. Chris needs a Taycan. Yes, he does. That would be nice. I want the Turbo S. I couldn't handle it, but just want to see. Will you dress smart in the EQC? Yes, I will. I already have a shirt. My wife bought me a shirt. I made the last video with it, but of course I'm wearing a jacket too, so you can't see it. But yes, my dealer warned me when I got the car that it accelerates quickly, but braking is bad. You just have to press the brake very hard. Yeah, braking is not bad. It just takes a lot of force that I'm not used to by any other car. They wanted to make it as comfortable as possible, and I didn't think that somebody will drive a bit more sporty in it, and then you have to press really hard. But I noticed that in the Leaf E Plus too, that if you drive a bit more sporty, you have to press really hard to slow the car down. Suit and bow, you see. Lederhosen, speed limit warning. Why? Yes, I love to see Id.3 with one pedal driving. Yes, exactly. I think this is the doable with a software fix, but I seem to struggling with it right now. I think it wasn't on their radar since the people are driving the car. They heard it a lot. Please, more regen, more regen. I see it in the Facebook group a lot, and I think they will implement this in the future update, but not in the next update. Don't think anything that was happening that people suggest in the last 2 months. I have the car for 2 months and 4 days now, by the way. It's cool. It's still not normal, and it's still not boring. That's nice though. So if everything would work, I think it would be a bit boring. I don't think that anything what the people suggested in this time will be implemented in a final software. You have to think if the software is done now, then what will be in the software was decided many months ago. So 3, 4, 5 months ago. Well, I found out the Navi has a night mode through Marcus' video today. You never cease to learn. Yeah, you can set it to automatic night mode too, but you can always switch if you want to. I don't like my car being funny. I do. Where's Jill? Did you ban him again? I didn't ban him ever. I banned UK Techie, and he hasn't been here since. ID.4 will be a very interesting car. It will. But what I've seen, so the first edition and what they're selling right now, I wouldn't want that. If ID.4, I want all-wheel drive, and I want a big battery and all-wheel drive. Then that will be fun. The normal one wouldn't be interesting to me, but it's still too big of a car for me. I'm happy with the ID.3, but I want to feel how ID cars handle with all-wheel drive. My ID.3 brakes great, no problems, no hard pushing. Huh, mine does. Maybe I have to ask the dealer at some point. Chris does not want a Taycan. He wants them to send him a free Taycan to keep. No, I want a press car. 2 weeks. Oh, well, mother. Uh-huh. Where are we? Well, brakes fine too. What I mean is it brakes, but when you drive faster, and I mean go with 70 into a 90 degree corner, so really fast, and you have to brake hard, not sports car hard, but just more. Then you press and it's slowing down, but not enough, and you're pressing, oh my god, is it not? It's not slowing down as much as I wanted. That's what I mean. A bit more sporty drive. ID.4 is efficient. It might be the best well-arounder for most people. I don't know if it will be that efficient. It looks bigger in the front. I don't know yet. I mean, it has less range with the big battery than the ID.3 has. Hi, Chris and Darren. So if the issues we all found now are new to Volkswagen, we have no reason they will go away after the update. That's true, except for the 12-volt battery drain. They said that this will be fixed. I hope so. Great if your ID.3 breaks. Hello, Gabriel. Jill is very busy these days. He's presently writing a book on 10,000 ways to make hummus. Yes, and he's healthy again, by the way. He's back to normal. He emailed me the other day. Just got ID.3 family. Love it. It uses a bit more juice than old Zoe. ACC slams hard when detecting higher speed limit. Is there a way to change that? Yes. You have to change your drive mode to individual. And in the individual, you can set your cruise control ACC to eco. And when you put it to eco, it accelerates slowly. And I would never use the automatic speed limit detection. Say that now. Don't do it. Just change it. It's not that hard. I mean, you can slide up and it goes 10 kilometers an hour more up, or press harder and then you have 10 kilometers more up. It's not that hard, and you do it yourself. You never have a wrong change of speed. Don't mock my typos. I love them. Jill has opened a Piano Black factory. Did Chris just get out of the shower? Why is he wearing a robe? Because it's cold here. So 10th time. It's 16 degrees in here. It's cold. That's why we're wearing a robe. And I'm cool. I can do it. Same with my ID.3. No brake problems. I have a sporty drive style too. That's good. ID.4 is far too big for me. It's not as big as you think, but it is bigger than ID.3. Do you know anyone who is getting ID.4 first edition? No. It's a smoking jacket. Accelerating slowly. Why? It's true. Don't have the opinion in individual mode. Don't have the option in individual mode. Yeah, I know that too. Sometimes it's not there. Then you get out of the car, come back, and then suddenly it's there. I had that too. When I got the car from the update, I looked in the individual, and the ACC option was gone. And then when I made the video the other day about the ID.3 and the update, then it was there suddenly. So it's sometimes there or not, but it still remembers the setting. So when you have changed it one time, then it's there. An ID.3 family, that's the one I might be interested in. So it's the Plus, but with panoramic roof, I think. But with the colors and the rims and everything, it costs more than the Plus. Well, I'd have a big cigar. Chris, you need to move to Portugal. No need for ropes. That's true. What does the preemptive maintenance schedule look like? Check official maintenance prices? I have no idea. I have to go to maintenance twice in my 3 years of lease, but I have no idea. I have no idea if what it costs and what they will do. Do you know anyone who is getting ID.4 first edition? Oh, so Mark is getting one because he apparently can't say it. Portugal is fab. Shame I couldn't go this year. Yeah. Is there anywhere information about the description of software updates for ID.3? Only for the 5 patches right now. The main final software, no. Could try ID.3's travel assist. I don't have travel assist. That's also something I asked Volkswagen. I haven't had an answer back. If non-Max versions can get travel assist later, if it's just a software thing or if there's hardware missing. I still have no answer. I don't know. How often do you use ACC? Every day. When I go to work, put it to 110. That's how I go to work. And if the people in front of me are driving slower, then it slows down automatically. On the highway, everywhere. The whole time. I love it. It's my favorite thing. And it has to be ACC. I would have loved if I can turn off the distance if I wanted on the highway, but I use it all the time. Do you think Tesla will be cheaper when they build them in Germany? I have no idea. If building in Germany is more expensive, just the delivery time is of course way for Europe is better. Yes, but it was ready to pick up at the dealer. Also had heat pump. Cool. Yeah, that's nice. Have the heat pump. I would have liked that too. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot. My Patreons already know. I tell you. So next weekend on Saturday, I don't know yet if I do the consumption test, winter consumption test at 130 on the highway. See how much the range test with heat and winter tires and in cold temperature, because next weekend it should be 0 to 6 degrees here. And on Sunday, very important and I'm very excited. Someone from Erfurt, so far away behind Nuremberg, is coming to Straubing. We will meet up. He has a Max, but he has the same wheels that I have. So the Loane 19-inch, the same Continental tires. So the exact same tires. He has a heat pump. I don't. And so we will do the Raccobi test once without the heat, and I want to see if there's a difference in consumption. I doubt it, because his car is, I don't know, 50 kilos heavier, if even. And then we will do a 2-hour driving test with the heat on at 22 degrees or so for the whole car, and want to see how much more range he gets out of his Max with the heat pump than me, if it's really that much that Volkswagen always says. And it's very interesting to me. So if it's not that much of a difference, then I'm happy that I didn't get it. And if it's a lot of difference, then I'm mad. Then I'm mad that I didn't get it. So this is how it goes. So this will be interesting. Next Sunday there will be a live stream, of course, and then a video afterwards. I'm very happy. Where were we? Are the smart climate AC options only available with the 2-zone AC? They don't show up in my life. My life. Yes, they are. They are only, and I had an Aero once in my climate, but it went away when the car was sleeping for a bit. That I only had the 1-zone climate. Yeah, the 2-zone climate has then the smart climate and the air care and all of this. But you don't need the smart climate at all. So cool my feet, warm up my hands and stuff like this. This is crap. Nobody needs that. What you do need is with 2-zone climate, that when you drive alone, the car doesn't heat up or cool in the summer the whole car. It just saves so much energy if only where you are sitting is being heated. Yes, you need. It's not like it's extremely less energy, because when you put the whole car to 21 degrees, the whole car has 21 degrees. And by the way, I noticed that in the heat test, and I said it in the video. I was touching underneath the seats, and you can feel air vents, hot air coming out for the back seats. So there are air vents under the seats for the rear passengers. So it's all fine. And of course the whole car is 21 degrees. If you only heat up your area is 21 degrees, but the rest is, I don't know, 18 or something, and it might feel colder. So you turn up your heat a bit, but it still saves a lot of energy. So the 2-zone climate, top notch. I love that. Where were we? Oh my god, you're way too fast. My god. UK ID.3 configurator asks you to choose your engine. Yeah, that's smart. Jared, how many subscribers do you have now? Hey, does he have 11? Lovely. Yes, heat pump would be a necessity here. I'd love to know that too. Where are you, Kara? Auto Trader website in UK has 247 ID.3 listed from 26k if anyone's interested. I don't want right-hand drive. That's just wrong. Haven't realized that they build EVs without engines these days. Yes. How is the Regen compared to the E-Up? I think it's pretty similar. All E-Up, e-Golf and ID.3 are very similar when it comes to Regen. When you step off the gas, you get half Regen. When you step on the brake, you get full Regen, to the point where the friction brakes are doing something too. There are 2 engines now available on the ID.3. That's true, the 107 kilowatt and 150. It's the same motor, not engine. Same motor, just software limited. It's the exact same thing. Is the ACC smooth as it adjusts? I've driven a couple of cars that are very rough decelerating. That depends how you set it. In my ID.3, I just said it before, I can have I have drive modes, and I have individual. In there I can set the ACC to comfort and eco, and in eco it accelerates slowly and decelerates slowly, and in comfort it does it a bit faster. But overall it's okay, unless it's a big change. So you're driving 30 and your cruise control is 120, then it's a bit more. How often does the ID.3 light come on, or do you think it's just a gimmick? Well, it comes on when you talk to the ID, so when you say hello ID, and when you have the navigation on, and that's really nice with the navigation. With charging, it's nice, but it goes away so fast. So when you start charging, it shows the thing, but only for 20 seconds, and then it's off. These also has 60 kilograms more because of sunroof. So are you think the Max is 60 kilos more than the Plus? Will you do the driving live? Yes, it is, unless Germany doesn't completely shut down. We're doing, well, he's not, but I'm working, and with work, even with a lockdown, I can drive around. Since I earn money with the channel, this is considered work, and I can do it. ID.3 light is great, but it needs to come on more often. It all depends where. I don't want it to annoy me the whole time for nothing. Do you think that ID.3 will get one-pedal driving later with software updates, or it's just a hardware problem? It is a software thing, to have the full Regen right away. If it will ever be one-pedal driving, then to have to implement the brake as the friction brake as well. Maybe they do that at some point. if a lot of people are asking about it. That's what the whole First Mover Club is for, to find out what people like and want and what problems they can find. ID light comes on every turn when using navigation, otherwise it turns red. The ACC already is full braking. South of Christian, but high up in the mountains with even more snow. MGZ SEV now selling new for £18,000, a drop in price over 3,000. Wow. Yeah, the MG, I emailed them for a press car, and they say next year, in the beginning of the year, maybe I can get one. We'll see. Austria is lovely going next year. I have never seen a red ID light. I have one where I was driving, and then another one came close to me, and it was, oh my god, I have front assist, I have to brake, and then the red light comes on. If you do, please come by. I charged Id.3 from state of charge 64 to 75 on a charging station. It took only 30 kilowatt speed instead of some 60 it should have been. Why? Because you're charging at 64%. And when you do it right now, when you just drove 100 kilometers before charging, how fast did you go? If you drive a constant speed with 120, there's not a lot of draw. Your battery does not warm up. And right now, even if you're navigating to Ionity, it's still not heating up the battery. This will come with the update. Last week, when it was 2 degrees, I was driving only with 90 kilometers an hour. Battery was cold. I went with, the live stream knows it, 3 or 4% to the Ionity charger. It started charging with 72 kilowatt, which is low, but then it got more and more because the charging and the Id.3 itself heated up the battery, and then I had 100 kilowatt at 30%, but then of course this is where the curve goes down. So warm battery is very important for charging, but at 64% to 75, it's very possible that you only get 30 because it doesn't have time to heat up in that short burst there. It's very, very possible. I'm waiting for my MG5. Yeah, I only saw the picture. It doesn't look like a car I would be interested in. Any news on when Volkswagen's microbus electric is coming out? No idea. I'm waiting for ID.7. Definitely. ID.4, ID.3. What would you like to have an ID.4 rather than ID.3? No. I'm not a fan of SUVs and extremely big cars. I don't want 22-inch wheels. I'm okay with the ID.3. ID.4 is just interesting because of all-wheel drive at some point. What do you do for a living? I work at a company in the warehouse. Darren, you're coming from France also. The big update for everyone comes in week 49, says my dealer, and I get car week 48. Are you a pre-booker but not a first mover? Then your car should already have the update in it. If you are just normal fast lane model, then I don't know. I'll be passing through. MG owner forum has a poll of owners. Bit far. Tomorrow there's an article in Wirtschaftszeitung Volkswagen AD with Herbert Dies. Okay. Some say they have Rust starting within 8 months of owning seen video. It showed the projection is very thin. Who has what car? Who owns the ID.3 for 8 months? You won't have time to enjoy your holiday. We'll all be waiting for you. I want the MG Roadster. The bus is coming 2022. Production is getting ready to start next year when they make the vehicle in Hanover. I think I heard that too. Wasn't it Emden? Would you change your ID.3 with Xpeng P7? No. I saw the Xpeng P7. Again, wasn't interesting to me. Nothing there where I was, ooh, I need that, or that looks very interesting. I want that as a car. How it looks like, or what all the features, it was just me. Nothing that I was anywhere interested in. Yeah. I don't want to do too long today. A bit over an hour is okay today. What time are we? It is over a bit of an hour. The MG has rust problems. No idea. I'm not so fluent in the car. I've seen a few videos from Björn and that was it. I want to drive it, see how it is to have such a cheap car, how that feels like. Is it really that much different, or if it's just fine? Just want to see. So No, I haven't seen Björn's 1,000 kilometer challenge. It was only live, and I don't watch his live thing anymore. It's just too long. Have you ever faced problems with the navigation that it loses your current location, then comes back again, loses it again? No, never. Navigation works fine. What it has, and Google has the same problem, is with Ionity chargers and locations. So I can put in highway gas station, blah blah blah, north Ionity. It finds it, and then I put in south, and it doesn't even find the gas station, but it's right on the other side. And Google has the same problem. Some I can put in Ionity Straubing and it finds it. Some I have to find the highway gas station. It's just annoying, but that's how it is. Since he's in his bathrobe, he's ready to go to bed and wake up with his wife with his cold feet. I will do a YouTube series next year on my road trip. Should be fun. That's true. You should do that. My navigation Einstellung crashed and couldn't be restarted, but the voices were still guiding me. I laughed. If this happens, just do a restart of the infotainment system. The on-off button for 10 seconds. It will restart and then it should work again. Chris, can you recommend a reasonable camera for making videos? It all depends. What's happening here? Ooh, I'm guessing I said hello Google or something. It all depends in what area. So if you want, if it's already okay with you, use your phone. It's the easiest thing. Use your phone and that's it. And if it has to be more, maybe an action camera, and if it has to be even more, then you need a mirrorless camera with a lens or something. But the phone is most likely fine enough. Only in the dark you have a problem with the phone. This is where a mirrorless camera with a very fast lens is just very nice in the dark. But if it's normal, if you do film during the day, I mean, my first videos up to the first year all filmed with the previous phone I had, not with this. It worked fine. I had my navigation take me down a dead-end road to a 10-foot high fence and a train track and wanted me to drive through and over both. Well, this is not the navigation's fault, it's the data that's faulty for wherever they got the data. That it says that the road here in front of my house is not accessible in a normal way. Still works. Only if you're there, Marcus. Is the new software ready for plug and charge? No, it's not normally with the. It has to do with the charging stations as well. I think there's the plug is ready, and a lot of EVs the plug is already ready, but the charging station have to be updated, and then the car needs the payment thing to be updated. But before that, the charging stations need to figure out what the software is telling each other so it works. And I'm okay with that right now, I have to say, because yes, Ionity I always charge with the WeCharge card because it's a free and 29¢, but otherwise I play around what is the cheapest and which do I use, which card, and if I have to change that in the car the whole time, that's annoying too. Are you wearing a bathrobe right now? Yes. What's the problem with a bathrobe? I'm at home. It's cold in here. This is warm. Leave me alone. Go to bed now. You look tired. I always look tired. No, but I am tired. I got home very late yesterday with filming. Then I got up early before 6 and edited the video. And then I had to go out and film a different video. I didn't have to. I wanted to do it on the weekend. He's starting to sound hoarse too. What's hoarse? My iPhone 11 Pro records in 4K. I'll use that. Thanks. Yeah, you don't need 4K, by the way. If you do it in 4K, then editing is just a hassle. Film in 1080p. It's totally fine. You have less data, and if you don't want to do anything special with it, just zoom in. Then film in 1080p. Editing is easier. File sizes are smaller, and it's fine. Everything I do is in 1080p, and it's fine. Chris, does the Id.3 tell you when the 12-volt battery is charging like the Kona? No. It's charging when the car is ignition on, driving, charging, or preheating. It tells you when the state of charge is low. It does that. I still haven't managed to test drive the Id.3. I'm a bit worried that the Id.3 won't be good fit. I was too small for the Golf. I was too small for the Golf. Huh, just try it. I don't know. Will the bathrobe be something we will see on future live stream? Yes, during the winter you will see the bathrobe here because it's cold. Chris' wife is tiny too and she loved driving it. Well, loved. She's okay with it. She's not a big fan overall driving. And since then she hasn't driven it, by the way, since we made that video. You should get money for everyone saying you're in bathrobe. You would be rich. That's true. Where's Rich? He should donate right away and tell me that I have a robe on. As far as I remember, she didn't like the seats. No, she didn't like because it's too. But maybe your legs are longer. No one watch 4K as it takes ages to load on YouTube. When downloading the video, it could stop more. Yes. Buy a new bathrobe. Hey, this is amazing. Look at that. Hello. But you can see the bathrobe now because you sent me £5. It's really cold. Come on, it's now 16:09 because the lights are lighting up the stuff. From which hotel is the bathrobe? It's from NKD. That's a cheap clothes store. My wife also wears bathrobes all day, everywhere where it's cold. We only heat up the bedroom and living room. Everything else in the winter we don't heat up. The bathroom only when we need it, when we're showering. And so the house is cold. It just saves us a lot of money. We're cheap. Yeah, then I buy 1,800 euros of winter tires, huh? I'm an idiot. Everything for the car. Great that people are buying BEVs. This is great for the future second-hand market. Best we could get was a hybrid. Do you travel by car as well? Do you travel by car as well? Of course I travel by car. How would I else travel? We tend to have a yearly trip from Belgium to Italy. Oh, you mean extremely long over countries. I would love to do that, but right now it's just not possible with a stupid pandemic. The bathrobe also needs a pipe too, even if you do not light it. Which hotel to steal it from? Maybe every episode wear a new bathrobe, start a new trend. You're crazy, guys. So what I said. So this week I will finish up here now. I really want to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm old. So this week, what you can expect is the video of how I fixed the Id.3. I will show it a bit more clearly. 29 cents on Ionity charger is not expensive because for Ionity chargers, the whole charging lot with 4 charger costs around €1,000,000. So I think that's okay to have 29 cents for that. Yes, when you charge at home, especially in the UK. But for example, me at home with renewable energy, I pay 27 cents. So for me, it's almost the same to charge at Ionity than at home. For you, it won't. We could live in Portugal for a month. I could live with 1,800 euros for a few months. Let's talk bathrobes. Yeah, I should do that. So this week, this video will be there. Then the video of the consumption of my winter tires. It's a heated, not a bathrobe. I have a heater downstairs, but again, first of all, it's an air blower heater, so you hear it on the microphone, and it's loud in here, and it's takes energy, and this doesn't. Chris' new channel is the bathrobe. Yeah, next time I will be in a car with a bathrobe. Then you don't know what to say. Check one next week. Oh God, you crazy people! Didn't Creepy Guy wear a bathrobe? Yes, he did. Bathrobe Kate. It's good that Chill is not here. He would have fun with that. And you can expect those too. And then on Saturday, maybe the full range test at 130. I don't have a heat pump. No, and I don't have a heat pump in the house. We're renting this house. I would love to have a heat pump in here. We have a fireplace in the bedroom and in the living room. That's it. Who's Creepy Guy? It's me. He needs 24 degrees. I do. I like it warm, but right now with the not even 17 degrees and the rope, I'm okay in here. So haha, joke's on you. So Saturday, maybe the full range test. I don't know yet. We'll see how I feel. If it's a busy week, work is extremely busy these days because we are bringing stuff to companies that then do the Christmas stuff. So we are busy before Christmas, October and November. And then December for us is almost dead. Only express stuff that has to be done early. Ooh, this week my drone will come. I bought a drone. I bought the Mini 2, DJI Mini 2. I wanted a very small one, and where I don't need any stuff in Germany. When it's above 250 gram, then you have to put your name on it, then you have not a license, but you have to do stuff. And with under 250, I don't have to do anything. I can just fly it. And I just want to use it a few times to film if there are cars, not too much. But I think it gives the whole thing, the whole cars a bit more bathrobe test. It will give it a bit more style, and I want to try it and see if how it is to fly and film. If it's totally annoying, then I sell it again or whatever. If I see it, I never use it. Also, and so far, I have to say, if I look back here, I use almost everything except for the Manfrotto Suction Cup. This is the one that Björn has. And I never used it. And the reason is because it's extremely big and heavy, and I don't trust it with the glass in the car. And I used it once, and I couldn't get it off. Sounds horrible, but you know what I mean. I couldn't get it off the glass again. And then you need something special that comes out here, and it's also heavy and bulky, and it needs so much space. And that's why I have the 3 suction cup thing. So this one, it's way smaller because I don't have to attach anything here, and it's way lighter. And I have 3. I mean, this suction cup, the Manfrotto one, is amazing. That it really it doesn't come off, but so you can put a lot of weight in it. But even here, I can put my mirrorless camera on here, which is with a big lens, I would say 1 kilo. It was no problem, and even outside of the car, if I want to do driving shots. That's why I bought it in the first place. And other than this, I have another lens for my camera that I don't use anymore because I bought a new lens that's on here right now. That's very fast, and so I don't need the other one anymore. Maybe I sell it at some point. But other than this, I use everything that I ever bought. It's all in my new. Have you ever seen my new bag? This is my new camera bag. Haha. Everything in there except for the main camera that's filming right now. But my 2 action cameras, my extra microphone. Well, this microphone is also right here. ND filters if it's too bright. And my Manfrotto thing to hold the camera. And then here is all the batteries and cleaning for the camera if it needs that. All in this bag. And I have the old HD camera here. This is like 12 years old. It records on a hard drive. It was one of first Sony's HD cameras. Come on, and it has a 60 gigabyte hard drive. It works well. It's not very good picture quality, but it just records endlessly till it's full. So many hours. But the action cameras do that too. So that's why I don't need that anymore. Because my mirrorless camera, since it's considered a photo camera, it stops recording after 30 minutes. That's just how it is. How do I get under 20 kilowatts per 100 kilometer? Drive it where it's warm, don't use the heat, and drive slow. I have, when I go to work and back, I have 22 or even 24 kilowatts per 100 kilometer, and I don't care. I could drive a bit slower, don't overtake, don't drive too fast, and then it would be lower, but I just can't. It's too much fun. I drive with 90, and there's a car in front of me, and then I just have to pass it. So it's just, I have to do it. It's just way much fun. Rakobi test for the drone soon. Yeah. Björn loves his Manfrotto. He does. He has a different one where you can connect stuff and you can easily undo it and stuff. He has even 2 in the cars. For me, that's too big. I don't like it. And I get why he has it. And he also loves his camcorder, and I don't like the camcorder at all. It has a lot of benefits, the camcorder, but I love the picture of the mirrorless camera and the lens change. I loved it a lot. Well, good night to you all. See you soon online. Bye, Caro. Don't speak ill about Manfrotto. 999. Maybe I'll test outside. He does his rope. Did Manfrotto come from Mordor? No. Oh God, this wind. That's so much. He's pointed it now. Next donation. I drive 120 kilometers per hour in Portugal and get 18.5. Yes, because you don't need the heat and it's warm. We already seen in the last video that 12 degrees Celsius difference is, what was it, 15% higher consumption just because of the temperature. Did the Id.3 have phantom drain now that it's cold? When you mean the high voltage battery, no. If you mean a 12 volt battery, yes. Does Björn have a bathrobe? He needs one now. For sure. But again, that's what you can expect on Saturday, maybe the full range test, and then on Sunday the comparison heat pump versus no heat pump live stream, and then video will come the week after that. And that's what's planned in the next time, and I think then so far I don't have anything else. So I hope there will be more. I'm in contact with the people, and I hope that I can present you more, but I don't know yet. Chris, sorry I missed most of this. Can you do a short summary of how you fixed white Walt? It's Walter White. There will be a video, and I will stop the stream now, and you can start from the beginning. But okay, I stop it now. Thank you very much for being here. It was nice as always. 19 likes with 150 people. 3,500 people watched this stream. Only 90 people liked it. What does it tell that about me? Okay, thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. You all go to bed, take your bathrobe, and then everything is fine. Bye. And